Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, we take a look at my dark green jackets. I have made these over the past 15 years. The dark green jackets are some of the oldest jackets that I have. I love them.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
I was going to give you an update on the jackets that I'm working on at the moment, but they're both the same colour and they're not looking particularly cinematic at the moment, so I might leave that. I've got an update in my shorts. So anyway, this is me telling you that I have so many green jackets. I had to do a light green jacket collection. I had to do a collection for my khaki and olive jackets and lots of tweeds. And I still haven't finished that one that I call the cactus jacket. But I am working on it slowly. And now we have the third in the trilogy of my green jackets. This is the dark green jackets. And it's perfect timing because it is snowdrop season in Edinburgh in Scotland at the moment. If you have never seen these plants, they are just, well, magnificent, not really, because they're tiny. They're tinsy-wincy. But you know how Lily of the Valley is tiny but just absolutely gorgeous? These are the same, and they come out like you've had to survive the bleak, cold winter of Scotland. And then spring, just before spring hits full, you start seeing these little snowdrops, and there's also the crocuses, which are purple and mauve, and they're just, it's just amazing. You're like, oh my God, we survived winter. It's just there. I guess you had to be there, but I love them. I love them so much. Anyway, so this is the first jacket. I think I do these dark green ones in chronological order. This one I bought from a store that sells European designer fabrics and tessuti, and they deliver all over the world, and they've got this gorgeous cotton at the moment. It's a couple of different dark greens with white dots in it, which is what reminded me of the snowdrops. And it's absolutely gorgeous close up, but then far away I didn't like it, so I didn't get it. Anyway, I did get this tweed long time ago. I think I bought this in 2009. I think this is literally the first jacket. Oh yeah, the Aqua Chanel, if you saw my collection of aqua jackets, the Aqua Chanel and this one are the two tweed jackets that I made first. They're both very expensive tweeds, and I can't believe I just sort of cut into them. But yes, it's amazing. I love all the different colors in it. It's sort of, my Tempest jacket, how I really loved that teal, the sort of oceany wave colors, as well as the rusty brown colors in there. This I love for the same reasons, and I didn't have a very big bead collection at that point, which is why the beaded trim is very modest. Next we have this. I finished making in 2011, I think, January 2011, because I remember wearing it right at the end of January 2011. And so it's a quilting cotton, and the pattern is William Morris. So William Morris is this did illustrations, English person who did illustrations a very long time ago, and it's just now known as William Morris. And so the thorn tulips are of those motifs that's where they're from, but it's a quilting cotton, and I just love the green. And then I had this sage really fine tulle that I put over the top, and then once I'd made the jacket, then I did the the beading over the top with these emerald bugle beads with silver plated on the inside, and I love it. I absolutely love. It's one of the first jackets I made, so of course it could be better constructed, but I don't really care about the jackets. It's just for me, and I really don't spend much time looking at myself in the mirror, so it just has to look pretty in the wardrobe, really, and it does, and I love it. So next we have oh, this is a Linton tweed from Linton Tweeds in the UK. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just, if I like something and they provide a good service, Linton tweeds are really good quality. This one is weird. So I like it because it reminds me of that photo of planet Earth where everything is green and blue. And I like it also because green's my favorite color. And when I was a little kid, you know how little kids go, my favorite color is this, and my second favorite color is this. Well, my first favorite color is green, and my second favorite color is blue because they're both so calming. And yeah, they're basically what the world's made up of. So I still have not beaded this yet, even though I bought it at least a decade ago, because I can't decide what to make it to bead it with. I was originally going to do beaded trim, but now I don't know. I just love the mix of the sort of denim color and the green ribbons. The green ribbons are just delightful. I love it. So probably green, but I also have some really nice dark blue beads. So I don't know, but green is my favorite color. So yeah, I don't know. It's just such a pretty jacket, but it does need beading because I'm trying to use up my bead collection. But yes, so that's why it's still not done, even though I love it so much. And next we have, I can't remember which one comes next. Oh, this is a Chanel tweed. So I went to this bridal store because I needed a specific color silk for a jacket I was making, because all my jackets are they're tweed on the outside, but the lining is silk. And I can't even remember what color it was, but I needed a specific color, and they had this little nook that was just mother of the bride fabrics, and this is a long time ago. There were a couple of Chanel ones in there, and I was like, oh, how much money do I have? So I got a meter of each of the ones that they had, and it is just beautiful. So it's mostly black, and it's really, really, really soft wool, like impossibly soft wool. It's like mohair soft, but it's actually wool. And it's got these different greens, aquary greens in there. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this is another Chanel tweed, and this one is from Paris, and I just love it. I bought this this came out at the same time as the magenta one that I have, and I bought enough to make 2 jackets in the magenta and 2 in the green. So one, I think I'll put sort of khaki olive beads on maybe, and one I'll put dark green. I've got some dark green pearls. I also have some sort of tealy dark blue pearls, and there are shots of blue through this tweed. It's just so complex. It's got about 3 dozen different like yarns and threads, and it's just the most beautiful bit of fabric you'll ever see. And yeah, so I'm afraid to wreck it. That's why I haven't finished it yet, but I really need to, because you can't wear it until you've finished it. So this is another one of the mother of the bride Chanel tweeds, and it's gorgeous. It's this dark sort of hunter green, and then these caramel bits in there, and there's flecks of metallic in there, and black and white as well, shot through with like ashen black and white. And it's just, I don't know, I love it. It's not like, it's probably a bit too serious and a bit too classic for me, because I love the bright ones because they're just such a challenge to work on. But this one is just lovely. I saw it and I was like, yep, definitely. So yes, I still haven't beaded it though, because I've got some sort of charcoaly or steel grey, dark, not black, but almost so dark grey that they're black glass beads that are smallish. So I think I might put them on there, I think. I do have some caramel ones as well, but I don't know. It's such a somber tweed. I think I want somber beads for it. This is an Italian tweed. It's wool. Like, it's very rare that it's very rare for me to get a tweed that is just all wools, because if they're all wools and there's no cotton or thinner threads in there, then it's quite bulky. So it sort of bumps up to a coating weight rather than a jacket weight. And because my jackets are so small and they're collarless, I kind of want to go for the less bulky tweeds, but this one was so beautiful. But then and it's sort of olive and khaki and a couple of different blues, like navy blue and a sort of lighter blue in there as well. And for some reason, I randomly put this really intense emerald green beaded trim on there, and it doesn't go with anything. But I haven't taken it off. As soon as I did it, I wore it a few times. I was like, just wear it, see if you like it. And I don't know, the tweed is just so laid back and muted. The tones are so muted, and then the beaded trim is so shiny and intense. I'm not sure. I think I might wear it a few times again before I decide I want to change it. But next we have, this is actually from a dress pattern. It's a Vogue dress pattern, and someone, another sewer on YouTube, had made the dress, but instead of sewing the center seam up, she just left it open and turned it into a duster jacket. So it was this it's like a floor length dress. It's massive. It looked absolutely fabulous, and she looked gorgeous in it, but I prefer jackets, as you may have noticed. So I made a jacket version, and I like it, but because I have such small shoulders, it doesn't suit me. Speaking of jackets that don't suit me, this one here, I think if you made it out of floaty fabric, it would be good, but I made it out of cotton. And of course, I made it reversible. Instead of just putting a facing in, I used two different fabrics, which adds to the bulk. And yeah, so as I tell you almost every episode, I have small shoulders, very slight shoulders, and just normal hips or broad hips and a big butt. Well, not big, but just it's there. So this sort of, it just makes me look very, very pear-shaped indeed. And it's just hilarious. But I think if you made it out of floaty fabric, it would work well. But I prefer cropped jackets. Anyway, so I also have a habit of sitting on when I sit on my seat at my workbench, I tend to cross my legs, like sit on the chair, but I cross my legs and sit on it that way, which is, anyway, so I can't wear a long jacket, or anything too long, because I'll just trip over while I'm sitting on my seat. Yes, I don't if I go and work in an office, I sit normally on chairs, but when I'm at home by myself and there's no one to see, but I've just told you about it. Anyway, so that was another jacket. It's that chalkboard dark green color, and it's wool. And I was going to do that, that Alexander McQueen jacket. It's plain black, and then they've put all these embellishments all over it. Well, yeah, I was going to do that with the chalkboard dark green wool jacket, but I haven't got around to it yet. And then I just had to put this. I think you've already seen this one. I think the last one I showed you was the magenta and the multicolored jackets, and it was in that one. And here it is again, but this is me showing you it all. And I think I also put it in the beige one. Yes, I spent so much time on this vintage knit jacket. I love vintage knit sweaters. I just think they are so adorable. And yeah, I've never had one. And so I made a tweed jacket that looks like one. And I love it. I love it so much. I want to make another one. And I want to make lots of them. But it's got literally thousands of beads on there. And it took I worked on it on and off for about 4 months. So they are a considerable investment, but so completely worth it. Sometimes I just get out and look at it and it makes me smile. So, I mean, obviously there are bits that could be done better, but it's just delightful. I absolutely love it. And it's got so many different greens in there. It's really, really beautiful. I love it. Anyway, I think we've seen enough of this. And I used up so many different beads because I had like 5 of this and 7 of this. So particularly on the back or along the top, the green ones, there's like these barrel beads, and I only had like a few of them, so I had to put barrel bead, round bead, barrel bead. Barrel bead is like a big fat cylinder. And anyway, so yeah, I had fun sort of working out which beads could go where. And now we're taking a look at some of the fabrics that I haven't had a chance to make up into jackets yet. The green one is a mix of cashmere wool and yeah, and I just love the color. And this one here, it's a rayon cotton blend, I think it was. And yeah, I love it. I bought it to make a dress, but I don't like clingy dresses. They're just clingy, floaty dresses. They're not for me. I prefer a cotton dress. They look more vintage and old-fashioned, and I love them. And yeah, so I'm going to turn that fabric into a couple of different jackets. And I was going to put like black and this is going to is a quilting cotton. These ones are all quilting cottons, and I'm going to cut them up and make them into jackets as well. And yeah, I just love it when there's 2 different dark greens and black together. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's because they remind me of the snowdrops, those beautiful flowers. And yeah, so I think anyway, that rayon one with the white dots, I was going to put black flowers over the white dots, but if I put those white leftover sequins left over from the daisy jacket on there, and I used a green bead in the middle, they might look like snowdrops. I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of making a snowdrop jacket at the moment. So, and I also have like foliage in bright green as well as the dark green. So yeah, maybe I'll make a foliage jacket. Yes, there are quite a few fabrics here. Some of them, those last 2 are fashion width, so there's enough to make a Chanel style jacket, but the rest of these are quilting cottons, and of course when you wash them they shrink, and so there's not quite enough to make a full sleeve Chanel style jacket. So I can either make a really cropped jacket with long sleeves or short sleeve one with a regular size jacket. So I'll sort of alternate between the 2, I think. I'm trying out another pattern at the moment that has slimmer sleeves. So yeah, I might be able to do a normal size jacket, a normal long sleeves, and just a shorter back, a cropped back maybe. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so this is, oh, I love this one. It's got rose hips in there, but they're black, so they look like olives. It's such a random vintage looking print. Anyway, I think we've just got 2 jackets to go and then we're done. Now, you know my pink and white jacket that I ended up putting sequins and beads all over. That is from a sewing pattern Berta 6123. It's with dolman sleeves, and this green one is the first version that I made of that. So it's still got the higher neckline, and it's a bit it's a bit roomier, but yeah, it's all my leftovers. So I've got dresses out of all of these. Well, a couple of them are actually jackets. I made cotton jackets out of them, but most of them are leftover scraps from dresses that I've made. And yeah, and I just sewed them all together. And I was going to make them patchworks, like proper square patchworks, but I sewed them together in strips, and then I was going to cut them up and sew them back together again. But I sewed them into strips, and I was like, ooh, actually, I kind of like them like this. So then, yeah, on one side it's green, and that's the forest side, and then the other side is sort of really dark navy, inky blue, and bright colours, and that's the Las Vegas at night side. So now we have the last jacket. I call this one the Gucci Green because it's a lint and tweed, but I don't know, there's something just very Gucci about it. It's so bling, and yeah, so it's gold and the teal and navy and greens, and I absolutely love it. And then because it's Gucci is so in your face, I decided to use up, it's a mix of gold sequins and beads and some vintage sequins that I've been hanging on to for the longest time. And this is me trying to show you, so there's a couple of butterfly shaped sequins in there, and I've put them on a long bugle bead, and so they're standing up and it looks like they're fluttering over the flowers because there's sequins that are flower shaped as well. And it's just so, it amuses me. What can I say? And this is me. I've also got some Tinkerbell shaped sequins, but they've turned upside down. So I think I stopped the camera and then turned them all up the correct way. But they look like they're all doing handstands or all twirling around or whatever. And yes, but I put them on the back because I felt they were just too frivolous. Mind you, on the front, there are flowers and there are butterflies landing in the flowers. So I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, it was just so much fun to doing the beading. Just amuses me no end. Some people are like, why do you do the beading? Why do you do, like, just whatever your hobby is your hobby. I don't feel the need to justify, like, why does anyone do anything? I think if you enjoy it, and it's not like, I don't see how people get so angry about my beading. And I think you should wear whatever you want. Like, if you work in a conservative office, I understand why you have to wear certain things. But if your office is at home or you're going out on your own, then just wear what you want. Oh, and this is me doing a recap showing you all the jackets again. So yeah, I think clothes should be fun. And I think people should be able to wear whatever they want. And I usually just wear, I know the jackets are very, very over the top and elaborate, but I just wear them with t-shirt and jeans, so they never look, and I don't wear makeup. I don't, like, my hair is either, well, some of the more beaded ones, it definitely has to be up in a bun or my hair would get caught in it. But yeah, they don't look over the top. If you have people in your life who are constantly picking on your clothes, like, you know, that character Angela from the TV show The Office, if you have people like that in your life and they're just constantly trying to drag you down, like, why are they still in your life? So I think, yeah, I'd rather have fun and wear beautiful things than have someone unpleasant in my life, but each their own. Anyway, so these are my dark green jackets. I love them so much. They're just so pretty. And this one, it's going to take so long to do I want to make because I've got some beads that are like big, and then I want to put little beads around it so that they each look like vintage brooches. It's one of my make nines for this year. So it's going to take forever. So I should probably do a little bit each month. And that way I'll actually get it done. I'm kind of determined to get all my make nines done this year. Oh, dear me. I just went on a rant about how I'm going to definitely do my make nine this year. Anyway, we'll save that for another video. That is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired to make some jackets of your own and wear your most fabulous clothes. Now I am going to go and think about all the snowdrop inspired jackets that I'm going to make in the next month or so while it's snowdrop season. Thanks again and happy sewing.